Life's for the quick ones. She smirked when she said it, as if she'd just won some kind of game, shoving an elderly man aside without a second thought. I had two choices: let her get away with it, or make sure she learned, right then and there, that sometimes life also belongs to the patient, and to those who know exactly when to strike. If you've ever had someone cut in front of you, talk down to you, or just treat others like they're invisible, you're going to love what happens here. This is the kind of revenge that doesn't need yelling, doesn't need a fight, just the perfect moment and a smile. Back then, I worked in a mid-size retail store. Not the fancy kind with marble floors and music that sounds like a spa. No, ours smelled faintly of cardboard boxes and cleaning fluid. There were always squeaky carts rolling over the same worn patches of tile, and the hum of the fluorescent lights was just part of my life soundtrack. It wasn't glamorous, but it was steady work. I was a cashier, second on call, meaning that when the first register line got too long, they'd page me to open another lane. My job was to take the next person from the main line and keep things moving. Simple enough, and for the most part, people respected the system. Most part. Because every now and then, someone would treat the store like their personal kingdom, as if everyone else was just an extra in the movie of their life. It was a busy Saturday afternoon, the kind of day where you could practically feel the impatience in the air. The front end was packed, carts full to the brim. I was called up to help. As I walked over, I spotted him. An older gentleman, maybe in his late 60s. He was next in the main line, his items neatly stacked, reusable bags folded over the cart handle. The kind of customer who makes your day just a little easier. I caught his eye, gestured toward my open lane, and gave him a polite nod. "Sir, you can follow me." He started gathering his things, carefully picking up a jar of jam and tucking it into a bag so it wouldn't roll away. But before he could even lift his bread, she appeared. She wasn't there before. She had been several places back in the other line. I'd seen her while walking past. And now, she practically materialized from behind him, striding forward like she was late for a private jet. Without looking at either of us, she slammed her basket onto my conveyor belt. Ma'am," I said, keeping my tone neutral. "He's actually next in line?" She didn't even look embarrassed, just tilted her head, and with this little smirk said, "Life is for the quick ones." That was it. No apology, no sheepish laugh, just a smug, "what are you gonna do about it" expression. My stomach did that little twist it does when someone's so blatantly rude you can't believe it's real. The older gentleman gave me this weary, "don't worry about it" wave. And I get it, some people don't have the energy to deal with a confrontation over a grocery line, but I saw the flicker in his eyes, a mix of resignation and the tiniest bit of hurt pride. I forced a tight smile and started scanning her items, but inside, my mind was replaying her words. She thought she'd won because he let it go. She thought being quick meant being right. As I rang up her groceries, I started noticing little things. The way she tapped her foot impatiently, how she sighed dramatically when I weighed her produce, like my existence was personally slowing her down. And then, the moment arrived. She handed me a large banknote. I counted out her change, bills in one hand, coins in the other, when she suddenly said, "Oh wait, I might have exact change." She started digging through her purse, flipping receipts, clinking coins, the whole act grinding my lane to a halt. And that's when it hit me. She had handed me the perfect setup. I already had her full change ready in my hand. All I had to do was give it to her. But I didn't just hand it over. I gently placed it right in front of her, let the coins clink against the counter, and then I leaned in just enough for her to hear me clearly. With the warmest, most customer service perfect smile I could muster, I said, "Life is for the quick ones." I didn't blink, didn't break that smile. Her head snapped up. The smirk was gone. Her cheeks flushed pink. She scooped up her change without saying a word, spun on her heel, and stormed off, the coins rattling in her fist. As she pushed past, the older gentleman caught my eye from his lane. He gave me a slow, deliberate thumbs up. It wasn't loud justice, it wasn't messy, but oh, it was perfect. Sometimes revenge doesn't need fireworks. Sometimes it's just about restoring the balance, showing that arrogance can be met with quiet precision. That day, I didn't just stand up for myself, I stood up for the older man who was too polite to do it. And maybe, just maybe, she thought twice the next time she saw a line. Because life might be for the quick ones, but it's also for the ones who know exactly when to be quick.